Fitin10 Nation, it is day 36. Tomorrow, your macros come along with your cardio numbers. So be aware of that. That's coming tomorrow. Also, send me your feedback when you get your macros. Okay, because there's a little link in there. It'll say like send me your feedback here. It says it'll say it in your email, and that link now works. Okay, it's a hyperlink. The here is in blue. Just click on that link. It'll take you to the page online, and you can just fill it out. Shouldn't really take you more than 5 minutes to do. Okay, so please do that tomorrow. Okay, questions. Getting back to more of your questions here. Name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. Prepare 3 take-to-work lunches with snacks. All right, so I'm assuming this is a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday type thing. Okay, that's great. So you're preparing for the week or part of the week. Lunches with snacks. This is okay. Fine. I get this question just because it reminds me, and I might as well talk about it right now. Snacks, are they okay? Are snacks okay? I don't know how you define a snack. To me, what I hear is it okay for me to eat during the day? Yes, of course. I mean, this is a ridiculous question. Okay, but I know that's not what you're asking me. So I don't know how you define snack. To me, I guess a snack is like maybe like half a meal, I guess. So if you're asking me, can I eat half a meal in the day? Yes, certainly you can. Just make sure you get all your macros in, okay? But I am going to really encourage you to get protein every meal. So if you're asking me, can I just sit down and eat, like some carbs in one meal? No, okay? I'm gonna encourage you not to do that. Get protein every meal. We've gone through why this is important. I'll mention it again in the future. But just think about getting protein at every meal in 3 to 4 to 5 increments, okay? I would recommend 4, okay? Which basically means you're gonna eat 4 times per day. But like I said, it doesn't have to be that. Name something specific you need help with. 3 exercises I can do at home to strengthen core and glutes. Okay, honestly, and when I think about this person, just your basic planks will be great for this. Okay, front, side, and reverse planks. Reverse planks will get your glutes. The front and side planks will get more of your transverse abdominis, okay? More of those deeper underlying muscles that provide you with a little bit more stability through your midsection. Is there anything you would like me to cover in this week's video series? Nothing I can think of. Thanks for the daily tips and encouragement. You're welcome. Would it be possible to receive weekly macros info using Slack? DM, hopelessly buried in emails. I mean, I could, but it's just, I just have to go into yours and send you it. It's a lot of work. It's extra. It's a lot of work, but it's extra work for me. So I'm gonna just encourage you to go in your emails. Listen, it comes every Sunday and it comes in the morning. So if you just looked for Sunday morning, you'll see the email there. I don't know how many emails you're getting per day, but I'm gonna recommend that you just check Sunday morning between 9 and 12. You'll get your macros, okay? All right. Probably closer to the 9 o'clock mark. More of your feedback here. So let's move along. Name something specific you can improve upon for the following week. Be more diligent with measuring my food instead of using tablespoon cups or generalizing how big a fruit is. So measuring my apples and bananas instead of guesstimating whether they are medium or small. Yeah, especially bananas. Bananas can range anywhere from, low 3s or just below 3 ounces and up to 6 ounces. And I know this because I measure bananas, okay? I can make a good estimate on that, but I'm going to encourage you to weigh it. I do weigh it. Apples, I usually get like Granny Smith, and they're usually always around 150 grams. 150 to 160 grams, right in that range. So I typically don't do that because they are almost identical. Apple to apple to apple to apple. And this is with Granny Smith. But of course, if you're eating something like, I don't know, Macintosh or something, it might be a bigger apple. But when it comes to tablespoons, cups, cups are fine if you're measuring liquid or yeah, generally speaking, weigh it out. Weighing will always be better. Tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. Again, it's okay for liquid, but not if you're doing like tablespoons. I mean, I know people have done tablespoons with peanut butter, and it's like they do 1 tablespoon, but it's really 2 or 2.5. So you gotta be very, very careful with that. All right. So weighing is always weighing doesn't lie. Okay. Great question, by the way. Measuring, or comment, I should say. Measuring. Should I be, okay, more measuring here. Measuring. Should I be measuring everything? For example, eggs. Okay, eggs I wouldn't worry about too much. Okay, if they are a jumbo egg, just look for a jumbo egg. If they are large egg, just look for a large egg. Those are not going to be, if it says large egg, okay, large egg will typically be 7 to 8 grams of protein. Okay, just forget about the fat for now. A medium-sized egg will typically be 5 to 6. Okay, small to medium. There's not a huge difference though, okay? So I wouldn't worry about measuring eggs. But obviously egg whites I would. Okay, egg whites that you're measuring from a carton. I looked in which by the way, when I cook eggs, I always scrape out the shell. Like I go in there, I mean, I'm a little bit manic, but there's a lot of egg white left in the shell. So I always scrape out the shell with my fingertip. I looked in our Fitin10, how many for time? Looked in our Fitin10 handbook and eggs say large. Should we go off on the label? Yes, go off the label so if you have the egg carton, just whatever label's on there, use that label. Again, I wouldn't worry about measuring them. Okay, I'll just finish reading the question. Should we go off the label, whether it says medium, large, and put it in on MyFitnessPal, or are we supposed to measure them? Okay, go off the label on package. If it's not in the package, go off of what it says on the, so if they're medium eggs or large eggs, whatever they are, and then look in MyFitnessPal for that, okay? Also, how do we know when to measure food? Should we be measuring after it has been cooked or before it's been cooked? Okay, this is a great question. Raw is always more accurate, always. However, you're never typically going to cook 1 serving of rice. So you can you can be reasonably assured that when rice is, normally cooked, and you weigh it out, it's going to be what it is, so long as it's the correct rice, right? Jasmine or whatever it is, basmati. Those are probably quite similar, but you could have a brown rice or something that's gonna be a lot different. As long as it's reasonably cooked, like cooked how it should be, like cooked in a rice cooker, and you're weighing it out, it is the rice that it says it is, brown rice or basmati or jasmine, whatever, it should be fine. Okay, that's just an example, of course. Oatmeal is another big one. See, oatmeal you can vary a bit because you can add more and more water to it. So you can get more variability in weight in terms of cooked oatmeal. So oatmeal would be something I would do raw. Meats, yeah, meats are a great question. So, well, let me just finish reading the question here, because from what I know, some foods you lose water when cooked and should be therefore lighter weight. Yeah, so this is exactly what I'm saying. So with meat, you're going to lose some water. So the more you cook the meat, the more it's going to dry out. Generally, if it's cooked normal, you're going to lose about 25% moisture. So if you don't overcook something, or it's not tremendously undercooked, it should be about 25% loss. Generally, when you look up that cooked amount of chicken, so if you look at, for example, an ounce of chicken, it's going to be somewhere around raw, it's going to be somewhere around 5 to 6 grams of protein per ounce. If you look at it cooked, we're looking at in that 7 to 8 range per ounce. Okay, so make sure you see that difference in FitnessPal when you choose the entry. Again, go after those verified entries. Okay, the ones with the green box beside the entry. Okay, I think it's a green box with a white check mark. If you can cook, or if you're just making one serving, then do everything raw. It's the most accurate. All right, condiments. I also saw on one of the recipes, and you have in our handbook, that you use light mayo on the oven baked paprika chicken with sweet potatoes, and I'm assuming we are allowed condiments. Should we be limiting this? Yes, you're allowed them, but limit them. Limit the ones that are high in fat, like a salad dressing. You can still have it, but just, salad dressing is pretty fat dense. Excuse me. Certain condiments, like a sweet and sour hot chili sauce or even ketchup, they can be pretty sugar dense. So just be aware of this. Measure them out. When we're talking about things like spices, no, don't worry about that. You can have as much of that as you want. Salt, pepper, whatever, Mrs. Dash. It's pretty much free. If so, how much, or how much too much, too damaging? Just try to use as minimal as possible. Okay, include it in there, but you shouldn't be using. If you're having 100 grams of carbohydrates per day, let's just say, for example, which is on the lower side, of course. I really wouldn't do more than, try not to do more than 15% of your macros of your carbs coming from condiments, because generally that's just going to be sugar, okay, or not good fat. So what's not good fat? Vegetable-based fats, okay, not saturated fats, but vegetable. I should talk about this. I'll talk about this very soon. You want to stay away from the vegetable-sourced fats, okay, the things like the soybean oil, or safflower seed oil or sunflower seed oil. All these oils that are more higher polyunsaturated fats that are non-essential. We want to stay away from those. Those are the least stable fats. They are prone to oxidation, and they're going to be the most potentially oxidative to the body. We want to stay away from those. Okay, this again, we go back 20, 30 years, and that's what we were told to eat. It's just like it's the worst. Now we're told not to eat saturated fat, which is like the safest fat, the most stable fat. It makes no sense to me. So I really wouldn't worry about. I'm kind of going down a rabbit hole here, but we'll talk about it more in the future. Try to get more saturated fats and monounsaturated fat. Okay, and if you're not sure, just look on the label. Say soybean oil. What's soybean oil? Just Google it. Just say, what is soybean oil? What is its fat composition? Just say polyunsaturated. Look at the fat type distribution in the oil. Okay, and stay away from highly polyunsaturated fats. Really went off on a tangent there, but you get what I'm saying. 13 minutes. Okay, I'll talk about this tomorrow. I can't believe I totally lost track of time. All right, message of the day. You cannot lose in trying. You cannot lose in trying. You will never lose. You will only win in trying. So keep trying. The only time you lose is if you stop. Okay, and I realize this goes back to my week of quitting, but it's still just, the message is what it is, right? You cannot lose. This is the only way you can get ahead. The only way you can ever get ahead is by trying. The only way you will not get ahead is by stopping. Right? It's actually quite funny. Like, some people don't want to try because they're scared of failure. Listen, I'm like a prime candidate for this. They don't want to try because they're scared of failure. But that is the sure way they will fail. That's the whole thing that doesn't make sense about it. So just try and keep trying, and you will keep moving ahead. Remind yourself of that. If you keep trying, just remind, if I keep trying, whatever it is, Fitin10 or not, if I keep trying, I will get better. I will do better. I will be more successful in this endeavor if I keep trying. The only way you guarantee failure is by not trying, okay? Remember that. Positive energy, positive vibes, believe in yourself, for the love of God, give some gratitude. I'm at 15 minutes. Sorry about that. Okay, we'll talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful weekend. See you guys. Macros coming tomorrow.